everybody, Mike Iaconelli back out here in the shop with another great tip slash modification you can make really easy. In today's shop, we're going to be telling you and talking about how to make a Jika Rig, aka non-leadered punch shot. A Jika Rig, a non-leadered punch shot rig, they're kind of one and the same. And you can make it super easy. Let's go through. I'm going to show you the components. I'm going to show you how to make it. And then I'm going to tell you why you want to fish this Jika rig over, say, a traditional Texas rig or even a Tokyo rig. It falls in the middle, right? It's not a traditional Texas rig. It's not a Tokyo rig. It's somewhere in the middle. And there is a time and a place for this rig. All right, let's talk about how to make it. It could not be more easy to make your own Jika non-leader punch shot rigs. You don't have to buy them, just make them yourself. Here's the components, okay. Let's start with the hook. And we want a hook that has a ring already attached to it. The good news is VMC makes this hook. And they make it, it's called the Ringed HD Wide Gap Hook. They also have it in a non-HD. So they have it in a heavy duty, if you're flipping heavy cover, like trees or bushes or heavy grass, the HD. They also have it in a ringed regular wire, a wide gap hook. That's better for sparse cover and more open water. So you want a hook with a ring attached to it. The great thing about this VMC ringed hook is that ring that's on there, it's welded on there. There's no gap. There's no split in the ring. And I like that. I like to have that welded ring on there instead of a split ring that has the gaps, okay? So there's our hook. It's got a ring on it. Next, we need a open-eyed barrel swivel. Another good news for you, VMC makes this too. And this is the open eye rolling swivel by VMC. They make it in a lot of different sizes depending on what size hook you're using. But to be honest with you, a size 4 or 5 covers just about every situation you could ask for. And if you look at this VMC open eye rolling swivel, it's basically a barrel swivel that has one end of that barrel is closed, but the other end is open. The other end is not a closed eye. 3/4 of it goes around, but it's got that little gap right there, right? That makes it the opened eye rolling barrel swivel. Last but not least, whatever your favorite drop shot weight is. And I'm a big fan of the teardrop shapes. You could also use round, you could use cylinder, whatever your favorite drop shot weight is, but it works best with the drop shot weights that have the O-eye or the O-ring on them. Not the ones that have the little line cinch, but the ones that actually have just a regular ring. Sizes on that, from 1/8 all the way up to 3/8. That one is a 3/8. I also like the 1/4 ounce for this technique a lot. 3/16's good. All right, so we got our components. We got our ringed hook. We have our open eye rolling swivel. And we got our rounded eye or O-eye drop shot weight. Okay, now let's put it all together and make our own Jika rig. All right, let's start with that hook. Let's get it so that that welded ring dangles. Okay, we're going to get that ring and I'm sorry, I did that backwards. We are going to get that opened eye swivel. We're going to add that drop shot weight on there. Remember, it's got that opened eye. So if I can see correctly, my vision's terrible. Stella, I might need your glasses. Okay, there we go. Wait. There we go. Okay. We're going to add our drop shot weight to the open eye part of that. Next, we're going to get our hook. There's that little dangling O-ring. We're going to add that. We're going to go through that welded ring. Okay, so there's what it looks like, right? I'm holding the closed eye of that barrel swivel. On the open eye of it, I put the drop shot weight first, the welded ring HD EWG hook second, and now all we have to do is close that eye. And we can do it real easy with a pair of needle nose. And we're just going to get that, your pliers. We're going to grab it by the eye, and we're going to pinch down as hard as we can. And we just want to basically close that eye up. Let me get it. There it goes. Okay. So now I've closed that eye completely. And when we look at it, we've got a weight, a hook above it, free swinging, and we've got the top of that opened eye swivel where we're going to attach our line. The last thing we need for this system is the bait. So add whatever bait you like. This works with worms, it works with creatures, it works with crawls, but I especially like it with a beaver style bait. That's a Berkeley Power Hog. Just going to do a normal Texas rig. Thread that thing on there. And here's what we end up with, guys. We just made our own Jika rig. We just made our own non-leadered punch shot just at home here. We didn't have to buy it. We didn't have to pay all that money. We just made it. Here's the benefit of this system. And I do want to tell you this real quick, which is I talked about it falling between a Texas rig and a leadered punch shot, a leadered Tokyo rig. And it really does. The great thing about this is it gives that bait a lot of freedom of movement, up and down, almost 360 degrees, right? A lot of extra movement. And just like the Tokyo rig, that weight is not attached to the hook. So when fish bite it, there's no weight to get in the way. When you set the hook, it's all hook. They just get it. Where I like this is when you want the bait on the bottom, but you want to keep it just a little off the bottom, right? You can just look at that Jika rig and tell that, you know, your line tie's here, the weight's down here, and this thing's just going to keep you like just the length of the weight off the bottom with all that fluidity. So scenarios like silted bottom, cypress trees, root systems where there's a lot of crevices where you want to just keep it a little above the roots, gravel or chunk rock bottom where you want to help keep it just over the rock. When you want to keep that bait a little higher and have more movement, this Jika rig is a good replacement to a Texas rig or a Tokyo rig. Man, I hope you like this in the shop. We just told you real simply how to make a Jika, how to make a non-leadered punch shot right at home. Give it a try. It's a different way to present a plastic for sure. I hope you are enjoying these in the shop videos. If you are, stop real quick, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right there, mash it, push the button, boom. Subscribe to my channel. If you're already a subscriber, tell your fishing friends about Mike Iaconelli Fishing on YouTube. We're going to try to help them and you become better anglers. Have a good one. Try that rig. You're going to catch more fish. Bye.